Yeah, I can hear you supreme.
I'm trying to show the camera, but literally you can't even see it.
I'm like trying to point out your location because you look very tiny on the screen.
What's up guys, my name is Gabriel and today we're going to be focusing on strategy and communication and taking a look at some two-way radios. So radios have always been a huge part of Airsoft, be it milsim or regular skirmish games, because more often than not, your team is going to end up splitting apart. So as you guys might know, I started Airsoft not too long ago and I didn't have any radios. All we did was rely on yelling and hope that the other person would be able to understand us, which more often than not was just not the case.
Oh, these are pretty cool bananas.
So my team and I decided to opt for some radios, but since we don't have that much money, we decided to check what was the cheapest radio we could get that still looked like it was worth the shot. But now I'm very curious to see how well do these $10 radios perform. So these are Ansevon A006 radios. A lot of people haven't heard of Ansevon as a brand, but a lot of people have heard of Baofeng. Baofeng made a radio which was the BF888S, and that is basically what this radio is. The only difference is that it is branded as Ansevon for some reason. So these radios come with 16 channels. They have a channel scanner, they have an emergency alarm, they have a little flashlight on the top, but as you can see, it's really not that useful. Now all of the accessories that came in the package came double, one for each radio, which is pretty cool. And the first thing is this dock style charger. It also came with a headset, which is about, you know, as cheap a headset as you can get, but I do not expect any different from like $10 radios. So on the cable you can see that it has a little microphone and it also has a push to talk button. And the push to talk button did take longer than the one on the radio. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, aside from that, on the radio, it has the push to talk button on this left-hand side. And below that, it has two orange buttons. The top orange button is the squelch button. The frequency is making a noise all of the time. So if you were to unmute that, it would just sound like this. So with this button, you can just adjust your volume to about where you want it to be. And, you know, I don't know, it's kind of just fun. And the second orange button below that one is the function button. So when I received these radios, I did receive a dud, which is this one right here. But as soon as I contacted the seller, they immediately sent out a replacement right here. And the replacement works just fine. It still works, like I can still transmit. But if I don't press super hard, look at what happens. It doesn't transmit cuts off. But with the new radio that they sent, I did not have that issue, so you know, take that as you will. So Caleb is actually staying with me for a time. So what we're gonna do is go outside and walk around my neighborhood and try and see how far you can go with these. Now, just for clarity's sake, you will see us without our masks, but that's because we've already taken all the necessary precautions to be able to be with each other without needing masks. All right, so we're basically in the middle of my neighborhood. That's Caleb right there. Hello. What we're gonna do is one of us is gonna go towards the entrance of the neighborhood, which is over there. And one of us is gonna go towards the end of the neighborhood, which is over there. But yeah, we're just gonna start in the middle and we're gonna basically do some paces, old Western style, and just see how far we can get.
Yes, hello.
Okay, cool. He's also gonna have his little cameras. Hello, people. All right, so let's go to first row houses.
Okay, first row.
I look super ridiculous because I have this like ultra big camera set up. I look like a wannabe vlogger. That's kind of what I am.
I'm going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship, flying through the sky. Little Einstein. Gabriel's gonna hate that. So, I'm guessing we're testing this now. So, ready?
So let's see if like it's audible. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I said hello first and I was like, did he not hear me?
I was like, this is gonna end quickly. Nah, I was just waiting for you. That's why I'm like, okay, let me just like...
Here's my radio.
I really don't know if like we can see you on camera because you're so far away. But how far away would you say this is? Like maybe 300 feet?
Yeah, I would say about 300.
Wow.
Like, do you guys see that, like, right there? I think, hopefully in that.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to point them where you're at, like, with the antenna.
I'm like trying to point out your location because you look very tiny on the screen.
But I was saying, how far do you think this is?
Like 300 feet. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I would say
that it would be around 300 feet.
Next up, I'm just gonna move to the top of that hill, and you can make it over to in front of my house.
Okay, roger that. Going to the
Front of your house, front yard of your house. Let's go.
I'm sorry for the lighting, it's really weird. I'm gonna have to deal with the sun. Already at the fields that we're gonna be playing, I don't really see us going any farther than that. So that's really good to know. It's really good to see that.
I am in front of his house, and he's supposed to be all the way over there. Let us try to communicate.
Now, I can see my car, but I cannot see him.
checking.
1, 2, 3, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh wow, I can still hear you pretty clearly. Like, super clear actually.
Yeah, it's like crisp.
And like I'm at the top of the hill. I cannot see you anymore.
But I can hear you completely fine.
Yeah, I can hear you supreme.
Considering that I went up the hill and I was on the edge over there, I would say this is like another 100 feet.
So that's like 150 feet extra, and it still sounds super crisp. Yeah, boy.
I feel like we should just like
Reach the ends. I'm just gonna walk to the end.
of the neighborhood, and if you want, you can walk up to the curb.
I'm gonna try to get to the very end, see how that affects it.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think it's gonna affect it too much. I don't think so either. And regardless, at this distance again, we aren't gonna be playing places bigger than this.
I'm trying to show the camera, but literally you can't even see it. Of course, if it's a milsim, like that's another story.
But for skirmish games, this is more than enough.
All right, so I'm just gonna walk to the end and I'll contact you there.
Okay, moving now. Ooh, the sun, it went away. Now we get a cloud. Yay, some shade.
Oh, I'm like so far away that I still have the sun.
Oh, yikes.
I'm going to the absolute end of my neighborhood, so let's see how that goes.
Look at the big tree. Yay. So many branches.
So where are you at, Caleb?
I am under Mr. Tree.
Okay, so I'm walking alongside the far road of the neighborhood. I am already at the end of the neighborhood.
I can still hear you clearly, dude. This is insane.
I'm already almost right at the gate.
Yeah, so as I'm walking behind the hills and houses, it's sounding a little bit more like hissy, but even so, like I can understand every single word you're saying.
Yeah, like right now I hear the static.
Ahora sí, like it's this static is there.
But like, yeah, I still hear you each and every single word just fine.
So what now?
You at the end of the neighborhood?
Yeah, I am right at the very end.
Oh wow.
Damn. I was expecting to like push it until we found the limit.
It's where I have to get in my car and drive around.
No, it's not really necessary.
Does that feel like we
And you see, we didn't have to spend $80 on a pair. All we needed was $10 radios.
So let's just put on the headset and see how that sounds.
Roger.
Hello, Caleb.
Oh, he's talking to me. Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh God, didn't hear you at all, and I just maxed it, and you almost like took away my heart.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I was having a little bit of trouble putting on the little headphone piece. Sound a tiny bit muffled, but I still hear you pretty fine.
Yeah, same here. Like it's a lot more staticky, but again, I can still understand everything that you're saying.
Ooh, doggy.
I mean, in reality, what matters is that the radio can reach, because if the radio reaches, then you can buy whatever accessory you want for it. But for someone that's just starting and maybe just doesn't have the money for another push-to-talk or headset, this is pretty cool that they brought it in with it.
Necesita ayuda. Te quiere mucho.
All right, Caleb, I'm at the top of the hill. How does it sound?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I got a little distracted. Yeah, but I hear you much better now.
Yeah, I can hear you super clearly. And what do you mean you got distracted?
So like some person across the street was trying to fight off a puppy from getting inside the car, and the puppy was like, no, I'm taking you with you. The person was like, you're not my dog. I don't know who you are. Oh, I think I can see you, sort of.
Oh my God, this is a pain.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just that my camera card got full. Now I'm kind of just trying to record with my phone while holding the camera.
Ah, I see.
Why did you do this to me? Why have you forsaken me?
Gotta improvise with his phone now. But I can see him. Look, he's right over there. This distance, you're sounding just as clean as we were without the headsets on.
Yeah, right now I can hear you completely clear. Like there's barely any static at all.
Honestly, for $10, 20 bucks for a radio, this is amazing. My arm is starting to hurt.
Yeah, imagine me with a Canon.
Yeah, but it has like a stick. This is a block.
We've arrived.
Hey. Hello.
So yeah, final thoughts. That's really good. Everything sounded super clear. From the ends of the neighborhood, you could hear absolutely everything, every single word completely fine. It only cut off with a little bit of static for like a little bit and then came right back. So you're not gonna find a field bigger than this unless you're going to some hardcore milsims in the US. So it's just actually pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. We're in the middle of the road and there's a car passing by. I'm sorry, Mr. Pickup Truck. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten more weird looks. But yeah, that is all. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was super fun. It was like super cool to see how well they worked, and I would recommend these to anybody. So have a nice day. Stay sharp.
Bye.